So staggered cross fall into sprint is one of our projection series drills. The reason we want to incorporate sprints into our projection drills is because for most pitching athletes, if we ask them to just go through a kickstand push drill or a cross fall into a pitch, they're not going to really change much in terms of projection, especially if we didn't do enough of the pre-work, the prep work, the hip extension drills, all those things beforehand. What giving them the idea of sprinting does for us is it creates a normalcy for them of how they interact and accelerate outside of pitching, which is what we want, we want to be able to have happen for them. And so we want to use these sprint and projection drills to be able to incorporate the explosiveness and then bridge that into a pitch after we've done that. So our staggered cross fall is very simple. What we're focusing on is alignment of our back shins and understanding how to help them and the athlete fall together into a sprint. So one of the biggest keys, as we've talked about in our stance and our launch keys video and our matching the spine and shin angle, when we fall, notice in this position, I'm relatively tall here. I've created that triangle, given myself space. My butt is slightly in front of my back heel. And even though these two angles don't match, that is the purpose of moving forward with my whole body and falling. So as the athlete moves, notice when I make the decision to drive hard off that back leg, do you see that right there? That's my pelvis pushing into the floor. Look how that changes both shins. We've talked about this before. That shin angle change is due to the thrust in the pelvis. And once I've pushed from my rear leg, my front shin and spine should get in alignment as well. And from this position, we want to explode into our sprint. The athlete is taking at least a 2-step sprint. Those are our keys and concepts. Be sure we're looking at these things. This is a great drill to video as well. Like I said, we use these as a bridge drill. So we would always want to try to accomplish our sprints first, then get into a similar angle and position for our athletes to be able to incorporate what they're doing in an explosive movement. And we ask them, okay, I want you to explode just as hard in your pitching motion as you did when we were sprinting.